Okay, picture this. You just found your dream home in Oro Valley. The kitchen, gorgeous. The pool, sparkling. The mountain view, unreal. Then, 2 weeks after closing, drip, drip, ceiling leak. The AC quits in July. Suddenly, that dream home feels more like an expensive lesson. The truth is, you can avoid most of those surprises if you know which inspections actually matter here in Southern Arizona. Hey everyone, I'm Michelle Ripley. I help buyers all across Oro Valley, Marana, and Tucson buy smarter, not surprised. And today we're digging into something every buyer asks: what inspections you really need, what issues we see all the time in this desert climate, and how to turn that inspection report into negotiation leverage instead of panic. Quick heads up, stick around till the end because I'll share my personal checklist of trusted local inspectors, plus one overlooked test that saved my clients thousands. All right, let's start right at the foundation, literally. Every home sale starts here. The general home inspection is your baseline: structure, roof, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, the works. In Oro Valley and Marana, soil movement is a thing. You'll see small foundation cracks, even in newer builds. Totally normal, but worth keeping an eye on. Inspectors here also zoom in on stucco exteriors. In our dry climate, stucco tends to crack along window lines. Most are surface level, but once water sneaks in, it's a problem. HVAC systems, huge. We're asking those units to survive 110-degree days, so age and filter maintenance matter. 10 to 15 years is about the average lifespan here. Roofs are another biggie, especially tile and flat roofs. Inspectors look for loose tiles, warped underlayment, or cracked foam coating. Little fixes now beat big leaks later. So when you get that dense report full of photos and red circles, don't panic. Most things are minor. Your agent, hopefully me, can help you decide what's truly serious. Okay, let's talk termites, our unofficial state bug. Here in Arizona, we've got a saying: it's not a matter of if you'll get termites, but when. Sounds dramatic, right? But it's true. The Sonoran Desert is a prime termite territory. They live underground year-round and love stucco-on-slab construction. That's why we always order a termite inspection. Inspectors look for those little mud tubes climbing the stem wall, damaged wood, and anywhere soil meets the house. If activity shows up, don't panic. It's rarely a catastrophe. Termite treatment here is routine, fast, and inexpensive compared to other states. Like, we don't tent. Usually just drilling or perimeter trenching, followed by a clearance letter from the pest company. Now, about lending, depending on the loan program, your lender may need a clear termite report before closing. For example, VA loans require it, but conventional FHA loans often don't. That's another reason it helps to have an experienced local agent. I track exactly which loan programs require what and make sure we're covered well before closing day. Roofs. Roofs in Southern Arizona take a beating. That mix of heat, monsoon rain, and UV just wears materials down over time. The most common discoveries: cracked tiles or mortar joints, missing vent caps, occasionally a bird's nest in a roof vent, all super fixable things. Flat roofs might show small bubbles or minor ponding spots. None of that has to be deal-breaking. You just want a clear picture of maintenance needs before you buy. Having a licensed roofing company review and document those items early helps you budget realistically and keep surprises off your plate later. Or more negotiations with the seller. That would be my department. This one's underrated, but can save you thousands. A sewer scope uses a camera to check the line from the house to the street connection. Older Tucson neighborhoods often have clay or cast iron lines that shift or crack. Even newer homes can get root intrusion from those thirsty desert trees. If you see slow drains or if the home's older than the 90s, order a scope. The peace of mind alone is worth it. Hey, quick check-in. If this info is helping you feel more confident about your next inspection, hit that like button so more Arizona buyers find it too. And I'm curious, what's the weirdest or most unexpected thing you've ever seen show up on an inspection report? Drop it down in the comments. You wouldn't believe some of the stories I've heard. Now, mold isn't as common here as it is in humid states, but it happens, especially after roof leaks or plumbing mishaps. I had one client with a leaky bathroom vent that turned into a small mold patch behind the drywall, invisible until the inspection. If there's any musty odor, staining, or history of leaks, ask for air sampling or surface tests. You can also test for radon, rare but possible, and asbestos if the home is older than 1980. Pools are practically standard in Oro Valley and Tucson homes, and they need their own checkup. A pool inspector looks at equipment, pumps, filters, heaters, plus the shell, decking, and safety features. The most common issues: cracked decking from sun exposure, worn plaster, or slow equipment leaks. And here's the big one: older pools often lack secondary drain covers, which are now required for safety. Good inspectors point that out. Based on location, you might add a few extra inspections. Septic system inspection if you're outside city sewer lines, well water test for flow and quality, chimney check if the home has a wood-burning fireplace, or pest inspections for desert critters. Pack rats love garages. Each sounds niche, but for the right property, they're huge. After hundreds of inspections I've reviewed, here's what shows up over and over: HVAC near end of life, roof underlayment starting to age out, small stucco cracks, minor termite activity, settling lines on the driveway, outdated water heaters, electrical upgrades needed for GFCIs near sinks. If all that sounds scary, relax. These are routine in our area. Think of your inspection report as a homeowner to-do list, not a deal killer. So what happens after the inspection reports land? That's when strategy really matters. Focus on safety and major systems. Electrical hazards, roof leaks, plumbing problems, or anything affecting livability. Cosmetic things, paint, a loose cabinet door, skip those. Sellers rarely agree, and they distract from the big stuff. Most times, the seller offers a credit instead of repairs. Use that toward what you prefer, maybe a new HVAC instead of patching the old one. Sellers' willingness to handle repairs often depends on what they've already given. Maybe they dropped the price, paid closing costs, or helped buy down your interest rate. A good agent reads the full context and sets expectations before we send the BINSR. Sometimes asking for 5 minor repairs is less effective than choosing the 2 biggest items and negotiating cleanly. The goal is to keep the deal moving while protecting your investment. Your agent, that's me again, can help draft a clean, reasonable request backed by estimates so negotiations stay smooth. So here's how it plays out in Arizona. 1. As soon as your offer is accepted, schedule all inspections fast. 2. Once reports come in, you and your agent review them together. Highlight the major items. 3. You fill out the BINSR form. Well, your agent does. That's the buyer's inspection notice and seller's response form, listing what you'd like repaired or credited. 4. The seller can agree, counter, or decline. Finally, number 5, both sides negotiate a happy medium. Keep it professional and factual. Emotion kills deals faster than termites ever could. All right, tiny truth bomb time. Because not everything in real estate is about being bigger and better. In this case, size doesn't matter at all. I'm talking about your inspection report. People see a 70-page report and freak out, but report size doesn't equal problem size. Some inspectors write everything down, including helpful maintenance notes. Tighten the screws, replace filter soon, replace light bulbs. That's good thoroughness, not doom and gloom. What really matters is the summary section, where major or safety issues are flagged. A local agent who reads reports every day can skim to what counts and help you interpret what's typical versus critical. So don't judge an inspection by its page count. This might be the most important part: your inspector. Always hire someone local, licensed, and experienced. Oro Valley soils, Tucson roofs, Marana pools, each area has its quirks. Ask for sample reports before you hire. Good inspectors are proud to share. And don't just pick the cheapest. Expertise saves more money in the long run. We all know that. Let's be honest, inspections can feel overwhelming. 20 pages of notes, 20 new things you maybe didn't want to know. But don't stress. Every home has something. I tell my buyers, if an inspection ever came back perfect, I'd wonder what they missed. The goal isn't perfection, it's information. Information gives you power, confidence, and sometimes leverage. So to recap, schedule those inspections early, focus on safety and big ticket items, and hire quality local pros. Remember, the desert's beautiful, but it's tough on houses, and your peace of mind starts with the right checklist. In the description below, grab my free Southern Arizona Buyer Inspection Guide. It lists local inspectors, timelines, and a few desert-specific repair tips most out-of-state buyers never hear. And if you're thinking of buying in the next few months and want a second set of eyes during your due diligence, reach out. I'd love to help you navigate it. If you found this video helpful, check out one of my other videos like this one right here, and I'll see you there.